Hi viewers, welcome to GoLoop Audio. Today I'm looking at a new product purchase, the DJI Osmo Mobile 8. This is a smartphone stabilizer. Without further ado, I shall open up the box and see what we got inside. So let's have a look at what we've got. There seems to be some instructions. This was just a spacer unless there was something in here. Oh, here we go. A USB 3 cable and also another much smaller USB 3 cable as well. What we've got here is this lovely velvet grey pouch. I don't know if you can see in the light there, but it does say Osmo on the pouch. And we can just open it up. Here it is. It's got a little bit of weight to it. That's about what I would have expected. You can see some controls, record, controls like a little joystick here. There's a little dial, and here's the cradle for attaching the smartphone. It's the first time I've ever seen a product like this, and I've never used one before. It seems like a nice handy size. I shall get to reading some instructions and seeing how it works. Let's have a little look at this and see if I can power it on. I haven't had a look at the instructions yet. I haven't seen any tutorials, but I can see a sort of power logo. What I did figure out is that this is the position it's meant to be in when it's open. And so just push the power button. Oh, here it goes. Oh wow, it's just automatically moved into position. You can see the tilt is sort of reacting to what I'm doing. Gyroscope technology, and there seems to be like a mode button here. Maybe that's just keeping it straight. All to be revealed. So let's try just powering it off again, which is this button here. Maybe if I hold that down. Okay. Right, and then it knows it's ready to be powered off. Maybe I can clamp that back there. I guess that's its natural resting position. But yeah, it does seem a little fragile. This is sort of relatively expensive technology, so I don't really want to keep playing with it too much without knowing what I'm doing. I think I'll follow the instructions and have a look online at how to use this before I go and break it. I can see the light's still on, so I'm not sure I've really even turned it off properly. This is where the instructions are. So what have we got? Okay, there's an app, apparently, if I follow this QR code, and another one on the back, something about communicating with other users. Maybe that's a user forum or something. And what have we got here? The quick start guide. That's probably where I should have started before I started playing with it. You can see that possibly I did the right thing. There's also a QR code guide, so I'm going to go away and have a look at that. Can you see? So, just looking at the first diagram and the quick start guide, I can see that this cradle is meant to come off first. And so it's like a really strong magnet, as you can see. Wow, like clamping back very forcefully there. I guess this is the cradle for the smartphone. This is some sort of light and sensor, maybe for filming in low light conditions, or just doing sort of selfie filming, possibly. Once you've removed the cradle, I can see then that it sort of suggests to do what I just sort of rushed to doing before. There's another diagram about feet. Ah, okay, what's this? Ah, right, okay, it's got some feet. I can plant it. Oh, that's really useful, isn't it? It just sort of flipped out the bottom. Oh, okay, well that's nice. If you just want to film on a table. The next part is sort of telling me to put the cradle on the phone, so it's like a spring-loaded clamp. So I'd put my phone in there, and then once the phone's in there, I can snap it back onto the device, which would be like up here. Okay, so when you follow the QR code provided in the quick start guide, it takes you to this video. I can't really decide if it's more of like a promotion video or a serious getting started guide, but it's got a few useful tips in there. But for me it was a bit too dreamy and not very technical. I think the main problem was it didn't really start with the most important bits that you might like to know, and that is whether you should download an app. I didn't even know if I needed an app to record the videos with, or whether I could just use the photo video app on my Google Pixel 8. I was left feeling after watching the entire getting started video that I needed to go and search somewhere else. So I turned that off pretty quickly and I just used the YouTube search to find another getting started guide. So I saw this one on the list, it looked okay. So this is from a YouTube channel called Mount Media. Very straightforward, clear, and it just got straight into the point about downloading the DJI mobile app that I needed, which is exactly what I wanted to know straight away. There's an app called Mimo, I think it's called. Download it, then you can do the firmware update, and then you're set to go. Thoroughly recommend this channel, Mount Media, and I'll link to this video as well. I think it's a very good getting started guide. I'm sure there's others out there, so please comment below if you have any other getting started guides which you recommend. So I put the phone in the mounting bracket and onto the gimbal. I'm going to try it out in landscape mode. This is also an introduction to my new studio setup at home and the reason I've been away for a while. So I've set it to track the JP8080. So let's try just moving towards it, see what happens. So I'm just moving around the room. As you can see, it's just automatically tracking that item there. It's all looking good. Something I borrowed from my brother, so cheers for that, Mike. We can see a few new little devices I've got here. The Novation Launch Key keyboard, and I've also got the Akai MPC One Plus. I will be doing an upcoming video about why I sold the Sonicware sample track. So there it is. Tracking with the new DJI Osmo 8 Mobile. So I'm just trying something a little bit different. It comes with a built-in tripod. So I'm just using face tracking and mounting my mobile phone, videoing from the tripod mode. And it seems to just track me as I just sort of swivel around in my chair. It all seems to be working quite well. So yeah, this is my new room, and the reason that I've not been around for quite a while is that I have moved house. So all of that work I put into redecorating my last studio was partly because I was also redecorating my house ready for sale. It's been a long journey and taking a long time. So this is my new setup and my new studio. So I've got a bigger room, which is really nice, bigger house. Just bought this Jasper's stand here, borrowing this Roland JP8080 from my brother, as I mentioned. And I've also got the Akai there. So hopefully be filling up the rack. I've got a few more bits and bobs to show you. So yeah, hope to continue the channel, start some new videos, and hopefully you'll join along for the ride. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time.